Every project you see on this channel starts long before the renderings. It begins in quiet moments, a pencil, a sketchbook, and an idea that doesn't quite have a home yet. These are the tools and rituals that shape the spaces you see me design. Not the most advanced or expensive, just the ones that have stayed with me through the years. Most of my projects begin the same way, with a line on paper. Not the right paper or the perfect pen, just whatever's nearby. I always carry a simple Amazon Basics notebook with me for most days. It's not precious, it's not perfect, but that's kind of the point. I never want to be caught unable to get an idea out because I didn't have the right tool. But when I do reach for it, I usually reach for this type of pilot razor point. It has this deliberate feel to it, enough resistance to slow me down, but not enough to stop me. A pencil can also feel too forgiving, like you're already preparing to erase the idea before it's even had a chance to live. You'll also see me sometimes sketching with a Sharpie in the videos, but that's mostly so it shows up better on camera. When I'm alone, I usually just use a simple pen or whatever else I can grab. Also, I don't have a specific time of the day to draw. It's just when an idea shows up, I want to be ready. What I do need is silence, a stretch of time without interruption, to let the thought unfold. Sketching by hand still matters to me because it feels free from the technical. It's not about precision or dimension, it's about thinking out loud. Give me a piece of paper and something that makes a mark, and I can start to see again. Almost everything I do nowadays starts and ends inside Revit. Not because it's necessarily the best tool out there, though I think it is, but because it's my best tool. I've been using Revit since 2007. That's 18 years of habits, shortcuts, and muscle memory. It's where my ideas feel at home. And when it comes time to bring those ideas to life, I render them in Enscape now. It's quick, intuitive, and it lets me stay in the flow, from concept to light steady to final image. These are the same tools I use every day at my firm. The same tools that make the work you see on the channel possible. My desk is a small ecosystem of those roles. 2 computers, 3 monitors, one setup handles production, modeling, rendering, deep design work. The other runs everything else. Communication, email, management, drawings to review. I learned early on that I can't afford to let one process slow down the other. Architecture is constant multitasking. Designing, leading, answering, adjusting, and this keeps my head clear and my systems separate. I also used to scan my sketches and import them into Revit to trace over, but it started to change the way I thought. I began trying to make my sketches accurate instead of expressive. Now I just tend to keep the sketch beside me, a quiet reminder that design begins with ideas, not dimensions. And design is iterative. Every change ripples through everything else. That's what I love about working in Revit and Enscape. When I adjust something in one, it updates it in the other. It keeps me close to the design, responsive, flexible, and alive. Once the form starts to feel right, I turn my attention to the atmosphere, the materials, the light, the mood of the space. Sometimes I'll ask Midjourney to create a digital mood board, a collection of textures and tones that help me find the right vibe. It's not about copying an image, it's about finding a feeling. The warmth of the material, the calm of the shadow, the way the space might sound on a quiet morning. But while I'm rendering, I test everything. Backgrounds, light conditions, time of day, watching how the building responds to the world around it. I know I'm getting close when I can see myself inside the space. Not just standing there for the render, but moving through it. Imagining what it would feel like to walk through on a rainy day, or to return to it years later. That's when I know the design has crossed over from concept to experience. Because most of our projects are fast-paced commercial work, we don't build many physical models for clients anymore. The deadlines just move too quickly, and there isn't always time to slow down. But every once in a while, when a project means a lot to me, I'll make a model anyway. Not because I have to, but because I want to. I want to see the details more clearly. I want to hold the space in my hands. And we usually start with either chipboard or foam core. Sometimes a 3D print when the form calls for it, but the materials don't really matter. What matters is what happens when you pause long enough to build something with care. In school, model making used to be one of my least favorite things. It always felt rushed, like the clock was running out before the glue could dry. Now it's different. I only make models when I want to, at my own pace. It's become something meditative. I'll put on a good record, clear off the desk, and let the rest of the day fade away while I cut and glue and adjust. Just me and the project. Finally slow down enough to listen to it. A good working environment is essential, especially for the long hours that come with the designs that you love. Daylight is everything when I'm sketching or drawing, but many times I find myself working early in the morning or late at night. That's when task lighting becomes its own kind of design tool. This desk lamp softens the space. Enough light to stay focused, but without the harsh overhead glare that breaks concentration. I've set up my desk to match the different ways I work. My day-to-day desk is a standing desk, perfect for production and long modeling sessions. My sketching and model making desk sits lower, for when I need to slow down and focus on the tactile. And then there's another, a desk I raised up just on a few bricks that I can sit on the floor. Sometimes a change in posture changes the way I think. It's all part of shaping the environment that helps me stay present, a workspace that adapts to the rhythm of design. For these videos, I don't really rely on technical manuals or reference guides. I just go with the flow. But I still keep a few classics nearby. Architectural graphic standards, form, space, and order. They're quiet reminders of the foundation beneath everything I do. But around my creative space, you'll find a different kind of reference. Posters, collectibles, small pieces of things I love outside of architecture. My Hot Wheels collection, anime prints, even a few Dungeons & Dragons dioramas I've built over the years. These things might seem unrelated, but they're small reminders that I'm more than my work, that I'm still me. It's easy to get lost in being an architect, or a business owner, or a designer chasing the next deadline. But these objects help me remember where the curiosity started. They remind me that creativity doesn't live inside one discipline. It lives wherever you let yourself play. And I'm grateful for all of it. The tools that help me create, the spaces that let me think clearly, and the time I get to spend doing what I love. I know that not everyone has this kind of setup, an office, multiple computers, a dedicated creative space. It's something that's come slowly, over years, decades really, of work, risk, and patience. And even now, I don't take any of it for granted. Every project, every sketch, every late night at the desk, it's a privilege to be able to do this kind of work and to share it with you. As the year winds down, I've been thinking about the small things that make this process more enjoyable. The tools, the books, the objects that make the creative life a little easier or a little more joyful. So in the next video, I'll share some of my favorite design tools and gifts, things that might inspire your own space or help you start your own creative rituals, or maybe get something for somebody you love. But until then, thanks for watching and for spending this quiet moment here with me. Stay curious and design with intent.